guys ready?
The good squad.
I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, shoot.
Speed going out of time, gonna rip it up, cause I gotta climb, I gotta go so high, gotta spin so fast, I will not be last.
Good evening, dear viewers. It is I, Cloudman, headmaster of the Southern Ohio Beyblade Institute, and I made a whoopsie. Spinning Steel Showdown V has come and gone, and through a very unfortunate series of bad decision making on my part, I ended up losing most of the video of the event, including the interviews. But I think these bladers deserve their shine. So I'm going to just sit here and talk about what they brought to the table to the best of my ability. So, 4th place, Bdunnusn. This guy came out of nowhere, and he whooped butt. Like, dude was totally awesome. Came in with a very cloudy combo here. Phoenix Wing, 360, low flat. I'm a bit full of myself to say it's a cloudy combo because I use all sorts of things on Phoenix Wing. But this is a very good staple attacker. It's low, it's fast, does its job, and gets out. It's not foolproof, but if you can control it, you can rack up the points with one of these puppies. So, love it. Next up on the roster, we have Wizard Rod, 160 Hexa. This thing has been making the rounds. A lot of decks use this rod combo, and with good reason. It's very stable. It's solid. It doesn't have as much stamina as previous rod combos have had, but the defensive capability is through the roof now because of Hexa. It's harder to move, and it just tanks hits. With all that outward weight distribution, with the heavy weight, like 38-ish grams, depending on your mold, like, you've got a powerhouse. Add to that the 160 here, it's really good at escaping pockets too. So, another excellent choice. Bdunnusn absolutely came prepared. Third in his main deck, we have Hover Wyvern, 460, free ball. I usually see Hover Wyvern on attack builds, so this was a little bit surprising to me. But it was pretty cool, all the same. Unfortunately, as I recall, this didn't perform as well for him, and it often got sideboarded out for, well, his sideboard. And we'll get to the sideboard momentarily. I think I'm actually going to mess around with this combo myself because I don't really understand it or its strengths and weaknesses or anything like that yet. So, something for me to try on my own time, for sure. So, thank you for the idea if you're watching this, Mr. Bdunnusn. So, finally, we have the sideboard, and oh, what a sideboard it was. This bad boy, this Samurai Saber was a nightmare to deal with. It's got the little flappy wings. 960 kick. It was mean. It pocketed a lot of my stuff when I battled him, and when I saw other battles with him, this thing was always coming in clutch in the second set, and it would absolutely turn everything around for him. Like I said, this dude, he came out of nowhere, and he was awesome. I love that. I love stuff like that. Riding in like a cowboy and just whooping butt and taking names. So this is one excellent deck. 10 out of 10.
Blade. Contact. Second chance.
Once again, that rod.
Spin finish.
Next up on the docket, we have VZ Velociraptor, our 3rd place winner for Spinning Steel Showdown 5. He's been with the organization from very early on, like the first week, and he's a fantastic organizer, does great work, and this was actually his event. He doesn't always place, but dang it, he is one powerful blader. He does not pull punches. It's fantastic. So first up in his deck list, we have Hover Wyvern, 160 Low Rush. It's great. It's an attack build. Does what it's supposed to do. And again, I think that Wyvern might have been his worst performer for the day, actually. But all in all, it was a very good build. So, second, we have, I think, the star of his deck, Wizard Rod 170 Kick. This is the meanest combo I think I have ever run onto. It counters Rod 160 Hexa pretty consistently, and it just kills everything in its path. It's mean. This Beyblade is mean. This combo is mean. Moving on, we have his Shark Scale, which is usually run very low, but he opted to run it very high on a 180 Hexa. So much about this is just like, what to me? Taking something that's often used for attack and putting it on a heavy defense bit, although really Hexa can go wild when it wants to, or when you don't want it to. Taking something that's usually played low and setting it up really high, and then something that's really good at scooping from underneath, and then just putting it up here so that whole thing is gone. Like, why? It seems so counterintuitive, my apologies. But he made it work, because he's just that good of a blader. I don't know what to make of this combo. I need to mess around with it on my own time, but every single one of these was ridiculously hard to burst for some reason, even the Wyvern, and of course none of them would stay in pocket, so great job on that. Finally, we have his sideboard, Aero Pegasus. I know it's not an Aero Pegasus, I'm not poor, shut up. 760 level. It was his emergency button, his old crap button. It's got that rod style outward weight distribution, although not quite as much. It's just really good. It's a really good push attacker. The 760 gave it some extra weight, level, made it a little harder to knock over, gave it some some life after death, and some aggression at that. So all in all, another great deck for another great tournament.
XtremeInferno has Rank. Looks like Wizard Rod for NovaTy. Oh, and it looks like Rank is having a bad time.
Next up, we have XtremeInferno, a returning blader and winner from past tournaments. First off, we have Phoenix Wing, 960 Rush, a classic. It hits hard, goes fast, does what it's supposed to do. You know how Phoenix Wing 960 Rush works. Next up, we have the very intuitive Shark Scale 160 Low Rush. So as you can see, this deck is heavy attack. It's really good for getting low. It's not the lowest it could go, but still pretty darn low. The 160 gives one side just enough imbalance, or maybe even helps balance it out if it's facing the other way. Undead Zed could tell you more about how Ratchet Theory works. Perhaps I should get him on here one day. Next up, he brought Hover Wyvern, 360 Kick. Kick is always nice. It's got some of those Hexa elements with the 6 sides. It has a bit of the taper element with the hole in the middle. It has some decent stamina, decent attack. This Wyvern, leaning heavy into attack, it got him a lot of points, and it was pretty awesome. Finally, we have his Wizard Rod, 170 Hexa. Hexa's great, defensive capabilities, fantastic Wizard Rod, big, heavy, outward weight distribution. The 170 is where it differentiates a little bit. The extra added height gave him a little bit of outspinning, a little bit of LAD, a little bit of life after death against other rods. Not much, but just enough to edge out a win. And this thing was obviously something brought in to counter something heavy like another rod, which, as you can tell from the previous two entries, was a very common sight in this tournament. So absolutely 1000% great deck, great blader. His strategy, violence. His target, everyone.
2, 1, clean.
Another rod.
Oh!
That's one.
All right, finally on the list we have NovaTy. He came in with J-Tree from the Cincinnati area, and J-Tree always brings really interesting and cool people and really strong bladers, and NovaTy is no exception. This man came in with one intention: victory. He came to party, and party he did. And nothing says party animal like Impact Drake. I had tried to get Impact Drake to work for me previously a few times. I always saw the rubber as almost an obstacle, because let's face it, if not for the rubber, this thing would be a crazy smash attacker. And I think the rubber is what throws off a lot of people in using this blade. But the people who can use it, like Stubbs X and clearly NovaTy, they really can draw out the best that this blade has to offer. One thing that I had tried to do was use it as a stationary attacker, and I am happy to see that NovaTy had a similar thought using Underneedle, which was pretty fantastic. And of course that lowers the blade a bit just because it's Underneedle, it's low. It was a complete monster. I came in to round one against NovaTy, and he brought this thing out, and I was not expecting to get bodied by it. And throughout the tournament, I saw this thing just demolish people. It was so dope. So, great build from NovaTy. Next up on the list, we have what I would consider a fairly standard Shark Scale build. Shark Scale, of course, coming in close to 38 grams, if not over. On 450, which leans into the lower height scoop attack that it's so strong with. But also with level, which gives it some life after death, and also a nice strong aggression at the beginning of the battle. So, all in all, it's a very well-rounded attacker. Next up, we have Phoenix Wing, 360 kick. Very strong balance type. Phoenix Wing, of course, having these big rock-hard beaters up here, just smashing into stuff, already makes it an incredibly strong opponent. Adding a 360 to it, of course, emphasizes the weight onto those points and these wing bits out here. So, of course, that's fantastic. Add to that kick, and you have an excellent balance type that leans heavy into attack, but also has a little bit of stamina a little bit of extra stamina to help it outperform in those longer lasting battles.
Extreme finish.
And finally, we have his Wizard Rod, 160 Low Orb. Where XtremeInferno had made his Wizard Rod taller to counter other Wizard Rods, on Hexa, NovaTy made his shorter, going with, of course, the 160, which helps it escape from pockets, and also gives it a nice counter attack. But instead of using Hexa, he brought in Low Orb. And I'm not huge on Low Orb. I find it to be a little bit easy to just kind of pop out of the ratchet sometimes. But he used it quite well. But in the end, we had a great tournament. We had a lot of familiar faces there. And it was a lot of fun. And we tried out a lot of different things that we had never done before. Reese has improved our live streaming capabilities tenfold. And there's stuff that we can do now that we experimented with at this tournament that we could not do before. So thank you, Reese, for putting so much work into this organization. It's definitely gotten bigger than I could have ever imagined. Thank you, Fourth Space Games, for hosting this tournament and letting us do all this crazy stuff. Thank you to the competitors who came out to have fun and party with us. It was a great time. And congratulations to our top four: Bdunnusn, Velociraptor, XtremeInferno, and our champion, NovaTy. Congratulations, well done, and I can't wait to see you all again next time.
Picking up speed, going out of time. Gonna rip it up, cause I gotta climb. Gotta go so hard, gotta spin so fast. I will not be last. Extreme, I'm a blading machine. Been doing this